Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Playdead Live, Asylum Wing. We got Arc, we got Vox. This is 135, and you know what? We're coming back. This is the longest break we've ever had with Faction Wars. So we've had so much work, so many portal things, so many cool things going on. But it is all coming together really, really cool. This week, we got Faction War tonight. We got Arc doing a double header. Arc will be back with us on Wednesday night. First home match of the season. We've got birthdays. We've got the portal, which is going to launch this coming up Sunday. We got people working behind the scenes. So thank you to all of you guys. I see Valar in the house. Hello, 999 Army. Kills Great Mods, channel members, sponsors, PDL Trivia, and a big special happy birthday wish to Julia and the animal. Look at Valar. Valar coming in hot. Big time. And not to be outdone either, look at Bones. Bones is like, I got you too. Bones coming out with a birthday shout out for the animal. Also, coming out with a special birthday shout out for Julia as well. You guys are absolutely killing it tonight. You guys have been missing Playdead Live for sure. All right, I'm just going to let everybody take a deep breath because we got so many cool things going. But you know what? I can't be outdone by you guys. I got to bring my A game too. How about this? How about I throw in a little bit too? You know what? We haven't had a whole lot of time to breathe the last 2 weeks, have we, Bones? So check that out. Talk about your birthday boxes. The question is going to be, when are we going to do another box event? Like, we've got so many things going on that we got to try to get these box events caught up. They will be coming very soon. I'm going to tell you guys, the floodgates are going to open once we get this portal live. The magic is really going to happen. I see Deadly Dimes in the house. Little happy birthday to Julia as well. So thank you guys so much for your support, for wishing them a happy birthday. Unbelievable. They deserve it. They're big parts of the game, and we are the no sleep portal crew. Absolutely right. And as Trigger said, it is date night, baby. Now, we are not going to do a die roll tonight and go over. I know it's sadness. All right, look at Dimes. Dimes like I gotta hit my boy Joe too. Gotta hit Animal too. So make sure that you guys let these guys. There's nothing more special than showing up for a Playdead live match and then people recognize, give you a shout out on your birthday. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate you and all the support. So I know Ron's gonna be like, it's rolled, but Ron, look, Gemstone as well. Gemstone's look. Happy birthday to my partner Hellfire. It doesn't stop. See, it doesn't stop. That's what I'm talking about. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your support. I know Ron's going to say, come on, no roll. Here's why we're not doing it tonight. Because we're going to wait until we get the PCP points called up. We usually do that during our PCP points. So we want to get these matches in this week. After Wednesday, every team is going to have 2 matches. Now, I got to transition because you guys know we're on a 1-3-5 match tonight, so we have to start exactly at 8:30. So let me show you a little bit of what's going on. So first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Team Arc. They are the defending Kills Cup champions. So we got to acknowledge what they did last season, and they will be the Kills Cup champions for, at least until we get to the Asylum tournament. This is their first match. So big shout out. Good luck to our defending champions. Also, big shout out to Vox. Vox is playing at home tonight. But also, I want to give a big shout out. And look, we got Busy Bee. Happy birthday to the March babies. Ocean Man in the house. Happy birthday to Animal. Thank you guys so much. But after I acknowledge the defending champs, Arc, I got to say, wait a minute. Is it the rebirth of Mirror? Because Mirror's played 2 games, and now they're looking like old school Mirror at 2-0. So Mirror at 2-0. Vox and Sly 0-1, and Arc trying to get on the board tonight. Will Arc start out 1-0, or will Vox get that first win tonight? So a lot of things that are exciting about Faction Wars. So it's good to have Faction Wars back, everybody, and be doing what we do. All right. Oh, and you guys ain't gonna stop tonight. You know it's gonna be one of those nights, right? Here comes Kel. Happy birthday, Animal Julia. And then Ocean Man's like, you know what? Got to hit up Julia as well. It ain't gonna stop tonight. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy and fired up for some Play Dead Live. All right. I am going to show you, since you're already fired up, we got two other things going on tonight. So I know we want to buy them boxes, but save a little money for the Super Bomber tonight, because there's a brand new grenade in there, and there's also a brand new piece of gear. All right, let me take you to show you that, because we got to blitz through it. This is new, and this is really what the portal's all about. It's about crafting. The magic is going to happen in 6 days, everybody. In 6 days, we gave you a launch date, but we really couldn't zoom in on the launch date until we started putting in some of the data. And then we realized it was taking 3 to 4 hours per person. So now that we know that, we've gotten over half the players' data entered, and we will be ready to go for you guys on Sunday. So this is some of the artwork and some of the magic that we can pull off. You can see those new shoulder orbs, foot orbs, the artwork on those things. It is such an amazing upgrade, and it really pops on the portal. All right, take you up top. Silver, we got Extreme, we got Steel, we got a couple Infernos, Dragon Smoke, 5 post-battle pet revives, Graph, Carbine, one of each of your waxes. You are going to start to see a lot of new stuff roll into these portals that you have not seen before. Couple Wicked Red, Raise Cliff. We got Combat Orb. There's your brand new hand orb. You like the art on this? Check it out. Oh my goodness, this is good stuff here. Look at that. Look at that background. All right, hand orb. We've got Savage 6. We got Mag 7, Super 8, Hostile 9. You can see the shoulder orb. Bionic shoulders, that's what I'm talking about. Take you over to the gold, Double Wicked Blue, 4 to 5, Arc Spark by request, Galaxy by request, Disaster AP, Base. Oh yeah, you guys are finally requesting skins again. They're like, you know what? The portal's about to launch, and I'm going to be doing a ton of upgrades. Yeah, I need some platinum skins. I need some onyx skins. How about your foot orb there as well? Artwork again, unbelievable, unparalleled. Look at that. Kind of reminds you of those PvP boots, doesn't it, from back in the day when we rolled out? A little shout out to our PvP boots. Take you over to the green, Energy Orb, Arrowhead, Spider Silk. We got Seal Smoke by request, Elbow Orb, right? There's some serious elbows right here. The Elbow Orb. We got Spray AP by request. We got Stellar Skins by request. Chill Smoke, Thrill Smoke. Up top, standard recipes. You got to have these in order to make your relics. That's going to be rule number 1. Mythic skins by request. Immortal skins by request. The all-new Wild Card Orb. And all these orbs are going to be super important because they're going to allow you to upgrade your ATT and not cap it at a few. You're going to be able to continually raise up because the portal's what we built. This is going to be your personal stats that you want to create those bionics. And of course, check this out. Render is deadly. It is a deadly ability. And there it is, everybody. That is your Render Pendant. H13, D10, B7, AP3, and never before seen, everybody, Render 3. This is an ability that's going to make you sack 3 pets. And we know there's a legendary out there that'll make you sack 4 scoring pets. So I got a feeling some of them Colossals, some of them Gideons, they're going to be sacrificed. So that's what we're talking about. All right, Kel, Let's see who got tonight's bundle. And then, if you have not seen it yet, we're going to take you to the one, the only. This is the only Super Bomber we are doing for the month of March. We're already midway through March. So this is it. If you don't get it this month, you will not see it again until April. And there's going to be some matches between now and April. Trust me, we are back. All right, we'll get Kel posting the Bomber bundles. There it is. You can see Justice, Julia, Dimes, B-Dub, Cat, Villar, Trigger, Craven, Flyrod, Ron, Busy, Bones, Die, Dow, Football, Crimson Pope, the Deacon, and Kel, telling them to smile. Write it down. Those are the people that are going to have the Render 3 ability and the people that will be using Render 3 ability on you. So that's going to be huge, I think, by the time we get to the tournament. It's the only piece of render gear we're going to have in this set. And this will be around for about 6 months. That's how important render is going to be. All right, tonight's Super Bomber Bundle. Here it is, everybody. You've been waiting for it. A lot of people requested we go with this. There's your Wedding Crasher. The weakest, and I use that in quotes, the weakest grenade that we're putting in here that isn't specialty. So you should be throwing a lot of Wedding Crashers. 16 of them in this bad boy. Also, 16 Goliaths right there. That's 32 high-power grenades. You want to see the specialty grenades? And I put that summoning grenade right up there. I'll tell you why in a second. You got 2 Oracles, 2 Vapors, 2 Seismic, 2 Lithium, 2 Snowstorm, 2 Rapture, 2 Elmo, 2 Red Eye, 2 Duds, 2 Glitch, 2 Gen Grenades, and 2 Top Hats. And those down at the bottom are 1. It's going to be 1 Unicorn, 1 Grinch, and 1 Summoning Grenade. And this is the last time, the only time, you're going to see the Summoning Grenade in the Super Bomber Bundle, because you have to fish up the fragments in order to make it. So the only people that are going to have this grenade after today are people that get the fragments from fishing and make it themselves, or get the fragments in the auction house and build it themselves. How important is Summoning Grenade? It's super important, because what you're going to be able to do, if this hits, a watchtower, you will automatically get a free Watcher summon. If you own Watcher, you're going to have a Watcher right there just by throwing this. Does not count against your pet plays. It just appears. It's a free pet for a grenade hitting. If it hits a wall and you own Orbital, it'll summon your Orbital and put it on there. It is free. So you could play boss and then throw a summoning grenade, and then that hits something. All it's got to do is hit. And if it hits that wall, it's going to bring an Orbital. If it hits the Watchtower, it's bringing a Watcher. So that's why there's only 1 of those in tonight's event, and we are not going to add this to future, at least not any time in the immediate future. I'm never going to say never, but I will tell you, don't expect it in the next few months, because people are going to be fishing for it. Yes, it is your version of it. So if you've got an upgraded Watcher, it is yours. So if you got a Colossal Watcher, that bad boy is coming out. So yes, yes, and yes. All right, the extras in this. How about up top corner? Those are $340. The monsters come in packs of 2. That's 4 monsters. 200 loaders. Super Whammo come in packs of 1. That's 2 Super Whammo. So the monsters are 4 up top, 2 and 2. The Super Whammo is 1 and 1. And down at the bottom, the Grizzlies and the Gavel are 1 and 1. 1 Grizzly, 1 Gavel. You can see it right there. Kel, let's see who loaded up with these Super Bomber. They're absolutely packed. You know what? Why Kel's posting that? Because you can use this stuff tonight. You got your firepower. If you are playing tonight, if you are a starter, if you are Dr. Die, Crimson, Trigger, Deacon, Dow, Jim, Villar, or Julia, give me your pre-match buffs right now, everybody. We are fired up and ready to go, and Kel's going to show you guys a little bit of magic. Take notes. You'll know who has the summoning grenades, right? Cat, Dow, Bones, Crimson, B-Dub, Justice, Julia, Dimes, Pope, Sneaky Deaky, Gemstone, Kel. Got a little split action going between Football and Craven. Trigger and Fly Rod splitting a bundle. JJ and Samurai, and add Samurai to that gear bundle as well. All right. So I see Trigger, Deacon, Diana, Mr. Freeze, Valar, Gemstone, Julia. And I guess we are just missing maybe Crimson. Or did we get Crimson? There, all right, there we go. We're good to go, everybody. Justice, do not need yours because you are not starting. Delete yours. All right, here we go, everybody. I've got right at 8:30. Remember, targeting is in play. Remember, timers are in play, and we stop exactly at 10:45. Take you down to the Vox Vatican Field. Remember, it's black and white. Starting lineup is as follows. We've got going first for the home team in the DZ, we got Trigger. Trigger will be followed by Valar in the DZ. Valar is going to be followed by Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide is sieging, and she's also in the Rover Zone. Interesting combo there. Gemstone sieging from the Bomber Zone. She's the captain tonight. Jim will be followed by Sneaky Deaky. He is the sniper from the Tank Zone. Sneaky Deaky followed by Julia in the Rover Zone. Julia will be followed by Dr. Die. Dr. Die is in the Bomber Zone. And we've got, going last, Dow. Dow is the sniper from the Tank Zone. Good luck, everybody. Have a lot of fun. We are back. We're starting right now. Timer starts for you, Trigger. 20-second timer. Let's go. Easily beats the timer. Thank you for that. Super fast, Trigger. All right, she is going Dark Boss to Main Street. Trigger playing Dark Boss in 1. Would cap in 3. That could be plus 25 extra for the Dark Boss. If it caps. Luna Lamp Deacon, so we know he can play 3 H9s. Negation Wand. Going to take out Julia's Sleet Wand. All right, so we're going to take Negation Wand. The air is off the board, and the ice is off. Well, not the ice is off the board. We'll leave the ice, just the Sleet Wand from Julia. Other blue can be played. We got Seal and Thrill. And she does have her Lost Bomber Vest, which is first turn. Snowstorm, Max Spark to Julia. From the Zulu to the wall with Mass Destruction 4. That's a hell of a move to start out, ain't it? Woo! That's what I'm talking about. She's been planning for weeks. Craven said it. All right. Dow going to go Mythic Blue. Mythic Blue over to Trigger. Is going to hit her. She does have gear absorption. So that'll absorb 20 of it. Trigger's going to take the other 10. Is going to take her down to 90. Dark Boss is good. Luna Lamp. Wand is good. Seal and Thrill has not resolved. Big damage from the Snowstorm, but she does manage to get the Max Spark on Julia as well, which is going to slow her down. All right. All that, right? Hopefully I captured it all. All right. And she did it all within the timer. Valar, are you going to get it within the timer? Let's go. 20-second timer over to Valar. Timer is up. Did not beat the timer, Valar. This is a nerf timer. Did not beat the nerf timer. Did beat the nerf timer. It showed up as I was counting down, but she did not beat the 10-point timer. All right, she's going to go Wicked Boss to their chest. All right, Wicked Boss. And that will be a minus 50 because there is a boss in effect. So it'll be a minus 50 to Vox's boss cap if it caps. Holy Avenger to the wall. Seal, Denim to the fire, and MD4. All right, Denim to the fire. Let's put that out. Valar playing a seal as well. Holy Avenger to their wall. Can't snowstorm it, can't do anything crazy to it, to that particular wall. So it is immune to those effects. Wicked Boss is good. Holy Avenger is good. Seal and Denim, Mass Destruction, all good. Let's go to Crimson Tide. 20-second timer from the Rover Zone Crimson. We got Crimson, Jim, Deacon, Julia, Doc, and Dow. Timer is up. Nerf timer's activated. %, nerf in play. This is for a 25% or 25-point timer if we get down to 0. Timer is up. Box, do we have Crimson's move? All right, there it is. Get into Rover. All right, Crimson gets into Rover. Let's give her a tire. First points of the game. 25-point tire, PCP points. She's going to drive over to their Rover Zone. Right over there by Julia. Dark Boss to their chest. Crimson playing Dark Boss. In 1 would cap in 3. Could be worth an extra 25. Back-to-back bosses, back-to-back Dark Bosses. Going to go Seal and Thrill. S6 plus the Seal and Thrill is going to make it S7. Add Mass Destruction 4 to it. They're going to halt 4 times. Going to make it an S3 Grizzly. So the damage hits. It's an S3 Grizzly. It's going to hit her wall. Going to max spark Julia. Julia's stuck in place, at least this turn. So we got S3 Grizzly's going to hit, and they're going to Dominari that tire. So she gets the benefit of the tire, but not the points for the tire. And S3 Grizzly. First wall damage going through. Black block. S3 Grizzly, strong grenade with mass destruction. And 50% of a green block. 50 green remaining. All right, let's go from Crimson over to Gemstone. Gemstone, 20 seconds. We got Jim, Deacon, Julia, Doc, and Dow. Easily beats the timer. Thank you for that. Jim moving into the temple. Going to use Masara, Mythic Gideon. Be a minus 28. Drop a seal, F4 Snowstorm to the wall with Mass Destruction 4. While Ron's let me know about the snowstorm, I'm going to tell you about Masara. We're going to roll a 12-sider. See if there's a hinder that's going to come out. Up. There we go. It is a 10. There is no Masara effect this game. Ron says wait on the F4 Snowstorm. Mythic Dark Blue from Crimson. One blue to one blue. Mythic is going to hit Gemstone. She does have gear absorption. Jim will take 10% carryover damage. And 25% nerf on the next arc grenade. I'm just going to use this so I know. There you go. All right, let's take it over to the Deacon. 20-second timer Deacon. Sneaky Deaky. Deaky, Julia, Dr. Dye, and Dow. Easily beats the timer. He's going to get in the tank, move to the temple steps. Deacon with a cannonball. $25-point cannonball for the Deke. Red Myers to Jim. Seal and Thrill. S6 Wedding Crasher loaded with Mass Destruction. Make Mass Destruction 12. She is sealed. All right. Tank, movement, pet, seal and thrill, S6 Wedding Crasher. She says it hits. The Red Myers is going to hit Jim. It's going to break her seal. The S6 Wedding Crasher, he's in the tank. Going to make it S7 Wedding Crasher. You guys saw those Wedding Crashers. You know it's good damage. Going to finish off that green. Going to take out a green. And give him 40% of a blue. I got 60 blue remaining. Arc. Early jump on the walls. I'm sorry. Box early jump on the walls. All right, let's take it over to Julia, who cannot move. 20-second timer, Julia. Yes, Trigger should be in the no zone because she had to move in range. Thank you, Ron. Julia beats the timer. Julia going to seal and thrill. And the stun effect will wear off at the end of her turn. Going to play Molar, round 5. So Julia get an E2 boost in round 5. And going M7 Snowstorm to the wall, mass destruction. Ron says, wait, red, blue from Dr. Die. Second blue of the game. The red from the red blue is going to hit Julia's gear absorption first turn, and he'll get rid of that. She keeps her seal. Or her seal will resolve. All right, final move for Team Box. 20-second timer, Dr. Die from the Bomber Zone. All right, Dr. Die is going to head up to the DZ. Beats the timer. Mythic Kang to Main Street. Remember, this is the last week that you'll be able to use your upgraded pets until you upgrade them again on the portal. Unless they're that way on your inventory, which Mythic Kang probably is. So Mythic Kang could be 63 for Dr. Die. If you don't know what it means, what I just said, check with your leaders. They know. Move to DZ, Mythic Kang to Main Street. Navy to the Temple, mass destruction 4. We put out that Temple Flame. Movement, pet, grenade, ability. And let's go to Mr. Freeze, 20-second timer, Dow. Final move of the first round. Action-packed first round already. Beats the timer. Jumping in, gets the cannonball. Sniper Freeze. Going to play Colossal Watcher. Let's put that Watcher right there so we know it takes a little extra juice. Colossal Watcher is going to instantly be worth 25. Snowstorm to the wall. Sneaky's going to intervene the grenade. Gets in the tank. Plays the pet. Drops the seal on himself. Mass destruction 4. Both teams duking it out. Sneaky going to intervene the grenade. And that is the end of round number 1. At the end of round number 1. I've got a Halo for Valar. I've got a Halo for Dr. Die. 25 each in the DZs. Strawman, 0-0. We got Gemstone with a blessing. We're going to rotate Sneaky Deaky into the temple. So Sneaky Deaky with a blessing as well. And that is the end of round number 1. You guys, glad to be back. Here we go. Trigger, round number 2, 20-second timer for you. Gonna steal Jim's Dominari. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Them's fighting words. Colossal Kang to her own boss. Could be worth 73. Rage St. Elmo to the Watchtower with Shatter. Does hit. Problem is, there's a Watcher there. Oh, my goodness. She does get 10 points for the Elmo. But she doesn't like the Watchtower because she didn't pay the juice. And she's going to shatter 60% of that blue wall. Let's take it down to 35 blue. All right. Steal a pet. Play a Colossal Kang. Rage the Elmo. She does get the 10 points for the Elmo. Doesn't like the Watchtower. And play Shatter. All good. Let's take it over to Valar. Valar, 20-second timer. Let's go. Valar does not beat the timer. What's up, Kills? What's up, Kills? Let's go. Valar needs that F5 refresh button. Nerf timer in play. This is for a 25-point deduction if she doesn't make this timer. Timer is up. And this is for a 50% nerf to the attack. All right, she did beat the nerfed attack. So say 25% nerf on it. Move into range. Mythic Kang to her boss. All right. Now she is going to move down here. But there is going to be a 25% nerf on this attack. Maybe she planned it that way. Get Ron thinking. You never know. Mythic Kang to her boss. Going to steal Sneaky Deaky's boss. Mythic Kang could be worth 63. Could get some amplify going on that wall. Ron, hits or waits? What you doing? Red blue from Sneaky Deaky. All right, Vox is out of blues. Red blue to Valar. Gonna break her seal. All right, from the enemy rover zone, Crimson Tide, 20 seconds. Crimson is behind enemy lines. Easily beats the timer. Thank you for that. Crimson, tell me what you meant to type there. As far as where you're moving to. All right, moving to their DZ. That effect is worn off. All right, so we got Crimson moving to their DZ. Pet Repel. Going to play a Colossal Kang to the Main Street Boss. Possible 73. It's adding up. F5 Elmo to the wall with Amplify. Does hit. Elmo's another 10. F5 Elmo, he got 35% of a blue with Mass Destruction. So we're going to juice that up a little bit. Going to take down that 35% of a blue. It's going to take down the next blue as well. One blue block remaining for Team Box out of the gates like wildfire. Let's kick it over to Gemstone. Gemstone, 20-second timer. Chromica added on top of it is good. Gemstone going to go heal and seal. Beats the timer easily. Using her E3, it will become an Immortal Azar very soon. S6 Snowball to the wall, or Snowstorm to the wall with Amplify. Hits her weight, Ron. Jim does not have Myers. She was sealed. Myers broke her seal. Dr. Dye, medic. Page 3. All right. Going to take half that damage to Dr. Dye. So we got 6. Azar. 7, 8, 9. Going to be equivalent. We calculate the damage and then split it. Half of it goes to Dr. Dye. Dr. Dye taking 20% damage. I got you at 80%. Villar going to add in Talio to beef it up after the grenade hits. Be equivalent to an S7.5 Snowstorm with Amplify. Black block, green block, green block. Snowstorm effect. Going to freeze this blue block. Looked like Ark might have woken up. Let's go over to Sneaky Deaky. 20-second timer to the Deacon. We got Deacon, Julia, Dr. Di, and Dow. Timer is up. Nerf timer started. Nerf timer is up. This is for a he did beat the point deduction. All right, we got Deacon. Gold Blaze the Wall, Thrill Smoke, S7 Wedding Crasher, loaded. Gold Blaze, let's break that ice block. And then let's get Deacon with a little bit of damage. It does hit. I've got S7, 8, 9, 10, S10 Wedding Crasher loaded. Blue block, red block, and 25% of a red block, 75 red remaining. Deacon with the clutch melting of the wall. All right, let's kick it over to Julia. Julia, we got 20-second timer starting now. Julia beats the timer. She's going to jump into Rover. Julia with a cannonball. Each team has gotten a tire and a cannonball, so we'll unlock the sentry guns. She's going to move to the DZ. Going to amplify. We got a third charge of amplify on the wall. S6 Wedding Crasher with Thrill, make it a 7 with Mass Destruction. S7 Wedding Crasher. The grenade game is heating up. Blue block. Blue block. 20% of a blue block. I got 80 blue remaining. Fox with 2 3/4 red. Ark with 80% of a blue. I did not add her Mythic Vessel as well. Ron did say it hit regardless, so it is a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, Mythic Vessel was not calculated onto that. Recalculation of the damage. We'll take down that 80 blue and 10% of the red. I got 90 red for Team Ark. 3.9 on one side, 3.75 on the other. Mythic Vessel adds rage and then a one-time rage effect. All right, let's kick it over to Dr. Di from the DZ. Dr. Di, 20 seconds to you. Easily beat the timer. Thank you for that, Dr. Di. Says, I think I want to hijack myself Dow's tank. Oops. Look at that. Dr. Di rocking the tank. Nice. thievery with a Mythic Gideon minus 28. Dropping a seal and a blue spark. And she's going to roll out of the DZ in that fresh tank and get in range. Over here by Trigger. And that was going to be big time right there. She is going to add 10 to that pet score. So actually make that a minus 38. Mythic Gideon. But that big, I'm not calculate the damage because it's shut down with the gold blue, but it was going to be a big one. Jim saved that for the right time. They still have one blue remaining, the gold from the gold blue. Going to break her seal. Sorry, she just played that seal. Doesn't break her seal. The gold from the gold blue is going to hit, and we're going to take Dr. Die down to 60%. Final move of round number 2. Dow with no tank, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Mythic Scourge to their boss. Main Street. E5 monster loaded. All right, Scourge going to lower that cap on Main Street by 20 points. That'll be a minus 20 for that boss. We're also going to deal the damage to it. Going to take that boss on Main Street down 85%. Monster loaded to the wall. Scourge hits, lowers the boss cap. Also playing Amplify mixed in there as well. And E5 monster loaded. We're going to move him into range. That is 90% red. We take out the 90% red. After mass destruction, we take 75% red. So I got 25 red remaining for Team Arc. Arc has captured a slight wall lead. Arc with 3.25 left, Fox with 3.75. That is the end of round number 2. Captains, give me your round 3 substitutes, please. At the end of round number 2, I've got a blessing for Team Vox. I got a blessing for Team Arc. DZ is 0-0. Crimson neutralized. Julia captured. Nobody in the other one. No points. Strawman is 0-0. Let's give a halo to Crimson and a halo to Julia. All right, Valar heading out. Shaman Sheila coming into DZ. All right, and also Altitude. Julia losing her seal. Crimson losing her seal and her pet repel. Trigger, good job. Trigger heading out. Ron coming in for Trigger. Justice for Dr. Dye. Ron will be in the DZ. Dr. Dye losing that freshly minted tank. Justice will go to the bomber zone. Everybody else should stay where they are. Before I start the timers, let me get Ron's buffs. Let me get Justice buffs. And while you're typing your buffs, before I start the timer, I'm going to go ahead and cap this boss. It's going to be 209 points in Kangs. We're going to cap a dark boss. Now we know caps it a little bit less. Because of the wicked boss and because of the scourge. This is a rematch of the Kills Cup Finals, by the way. I forgot to mention that earlier. So Vox is trying to pay some retribution. And both teams swinging hard. All right. Looks like we got everybody ready. I've already capped your boss, Ron. Ron, we're going to start with you. The new order is going to be Ron, Sheila, Crimson, Jim. Rest is the same. 20-second timer, Father Ron. Easily beats the timer. Ron says, let me get that boss on Main Street. Ron playing boss in 3. Cap in 5. Oh, gonna play Fly to Jim and Shaman. Pick and stick. It is the most beneficial area to them. So it will put them in the no zone, but they do stay in range of their side. But they are stuck. They've not went yet, so they cannot move this round. Going to turn Dow into an engineer. Going to play Seal and Thrill. F5 Elmo to the Watchtower with Mass Destruction 4, and Ron knew he wanted to pay the juice for that Watchtower. Let's give him the Elmo points, and let's also light it up. Boss is good. Cyborg is good. Legendary is good. Seal and Thrill on the board. Grenade is good, and the points have been given all the way around, and he did it all within the timer. Before we get to Sheila, we do need to cap Valar's boss, and I got a 63-point Kang that's going to go with it. So Ark is going to get their first flag of the Asylum season as well. And 63 points in Kang. All right, Sheila, 20 seconds over to you from the no zone. Beats the timer. Going to Gronk that Main Street boss. And take Ron's boss down to 50%. She's going to play a boss on Main Street. Stacking it. So Sheila playing boss in 3, cap in 5. They're like, hey, we're Ark and we like to kill bosses. In case you forgot, Seal and Thrill. S8 Wedding Crasher loaded to that same boss with some mass destruction. Sheila's like, oh, hell no, Ron. It's going to be a long day for you. Ron says, hold on. We got some more tricks in our bag, too. Gronk and the Boss, stacking Main Street, Seal and Thrill, S8 looking like a S9 with 20 mass destruction on top of it, making it look like a Grizzly effect. But Ron is the messenger of the Lord, and he has a prevention. Ron shutting it down. Just stops it stone cold in his tracks. All right, let's go over to Crimson Tide. Before we get to Crimson Tide, let's cap her Dark Boss, which is going to be flag number 2. No Kangs on it. They've already capped. 2 flags to 1. And let's start the timer for Crimson Tide. Crimson beats the timer. She's going to move to their bomber zone. Crimson moving up the coast. Move to their bomber. Going to play Radar to seal that boss. Nicely done. Going to drop a seal of her own. M7 Goliath to the wall and pet score 10. Cannot use. She actually cannot use pet score 10 because you did not play a scoring pet. So no pet score. Movement is good. Blight is good. Seal is good. M7 Goliath with mass destruction 20 on top of it. Make it monster equivalent. All right, they're going to pain that to the boss. Ron, does the pain hit? Does hit, we'll break the seal. All right, so they're going to paint it to get rid of that seal that's on top of it. The damage does go through, though. And I got Vox sitting at 3.75. Sorry, 2.75. 2.75. Take out the 7.5. We'll take out the 1. And we'll take out 30%. I've got Vox sitting at 70 red left on the board. 70% of 1 red block. Vox has taken the wall lead. Yeah, it should be Dow. Ark, is that Dow's legend? Yep. Let's go over to Gemstone from the No Zone. 20-second timer, Gem. Gem beats the timer. She's going to go Dark Boss to their chest. Gem playing Dark Boss in 3 would cap in 5. Euclid to the Deacon. Oh, boy. Deacon turning into a boss that cannot drive a tank. He is still in the temple. Going to mirror smoke the boss. Mirror smoke not resolved yet. S8 monster to the boss with ignite. All right, so we got dark boss being played, 3 and 5 run. Deacon is a boss that is sitting in the temple. Going to drop some mirror smoke. And S8 monster to the boss as well with mass destruction. Monster does hit. After mass destruction, 50% is going to take that boss. Down to 28%. 28% is Ron's boss, getting 22% through. And the mirror smoke is now surrounding it. Gemstone with a big shot. We go to Deacon. We skip Deacon. He does get credit for the timer because of the Euclid. And then we bounce it back to back with Julia. 20-second timer, Julia. All right, going to turn Justice. Back-to-back Euclid plays. Going to Talon Dow to the temple. Going to drop Seal. F5 Wedding Crasher. And she's going to zap the boss as well. Can't prevent it because of the mirror smoke, Ron. Zap 3 will take us down to 25%. But less grenade and less juice. We just saw what a S8 did. Julia does have the vessel. But it is going to be less of a hit than Gems. 20% taking the boss on Main Street. There's life. 8%. It's a good question. Hold on. That is a good challenge. Zap, the activated ability, will happen first. And Zap will get rid of the mirror smoke. And then Crimson plays the prevention. Prevention is allowed. So Zap will take the boss down to 25%. And then the prevention will keep it alive. Good challenge, Ron. All right. Everything else went through. Ron's boss at 25%. Now, the bad news is Justice is a boss. So we're going to skip Justice. And now you got to deal with Dow. 20-second timer. Dow. The good news is you built up quite a lead. Mythic Benny to the boss. E8 monster loaded. Ron says wait. Ron going to use Mythic Sonar. All right. Everything else hits, Ron. All right. Mythic Benny. Remember, it's 25%. So Mythic Benny could take you from 25%. Deals 11%. Could take you down to 14%. 14%, you're going to put a 20% nerf on Dow's E8 monster. Remember, they've got 20% mass destruction, so the sonar is going to be a push. But we'll nerf the rage 20%. It is an E8. We're going to make it a S6 monster. It's 20%. Dow ruffling the feathers and taking down the boss on Main Street. We got a super close game at this point. Dow with the ruffled feathers. All right, let's go back to the start of the lineup. But we're in round 4, so at the end of the round, we're going to give Sneaky, Deaky a blessing. We'll give Dow a blessing. Strawman 0-0. DZ 25-25. Let's give Julia a halo. Let's give Ron a halo. Everything else looks pretty good. Got a super competitive game going on, y'all. Let's go to Father Ron. 20 seconds, Ron. 1 hour, 15 minutes remain in tonight's match. Hour and 15 minutes to go. Ron beats the timer. Gonna put that Mythic Gideon on him. F5, standard ammo red gel to Sheila's boss. Ron, with that pet score, going to make it a minus 38. Make it an S6 shot. Mythic Psycho from Dow. Ron pulling out that first Psycho shot. Mythic Psycho is going to break Ron's seal. Getting with the pet score. Big shot from Ron and the pet score. All done within the timer. Let's go to Shaman. 20 seconds. Shaman from the no zone. Timer's up. She beat the timer. Posted it as I was switching. She's good. Mythic Kang to her boss. Shaman playing Mythic Kang could be worth 63. Banish Wand Dow. Cannot be lifted or knocked back. Nirvana Wands are off the board. H9 Monster loaded to the wall. A little bit of Amplify. It does hit. Shaman 9 H10 Monster with Mass Destruction. H10 Grizzly, and Bones is calling the shot. Bones is like, she already knew it was enough, and she is correct. Shaman with a gold bar. Let's reset it. Bones has been doing some mathematics over there. All right, let's kick it over to the Priestess. Crimson Tide. 20 seconds for you. Easily beats the timer. Crimson says, I'm rolling on up to the ozone. And she does. Double Mythic Kane to Sheila's boss. F4. Dark 9 to Sheila's boss. And she's going to mute one of those amplifies. Double Mythic Kane to hit the boss, and an F4 D9. Gemstone hits her wait. She says wait. This match has the action that I was expecting. Oh, the Shaman says, bye Felicia to the originator of the bye Felicia. Eclipses the boss out of play. No damage. That was a tough one. Let's kick it over to Gemstone, 20-second timer. Shaman doing some shaman things. Crimson Tide was bringing the damage. Timer's up. Beat the timers. Jim Colossal Kang to her boss. Could be worth 73. Arc Spark playing a Dragon Smoke to relight. There are actually two that are dimmed. I didn't mark either one of them. So Crimson dimmed the DZ Dragonstone and also the Bomber Zone. So Jim playing Dragonstone, so thanks for catching that, or Dragon Smoke. So we will relight the Bomber Zone. All right, Colossal Kang, Arc Spark, Dragon Smoke, M7 Wedding Crasher to the wall, and going to shatter. All right, that first shatter, it's going to take it to 75% black. M7 Wedding Crasher, wall 2 is stronger than wall number 1. But you do get the mass destruction on top of it. Little less than a monster. Amplify added to the top. Let's finish off that 75% black. And we'll give you 30% green. 70 green remaining. For the second arc wall. All right. Deacon, you are back. You are no longer morphed. 20-second timer to the Deacon from the temple. We get the big guns back, and there he is. Deacon is going to summon Nolan. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. All right, summon Nolan. Blue Spark. Arc Smoke, S9 Unicorn loaded to the wall. And going to mute part of that wall. Shaman with the prevention. All right, Pet. But the Unicorn is shut down. Shaman Sheila with the prevention. Let's go to Julia from the DZ. 20-second timer, Julia. We got Julia, Justice, and Dow. Beats the timer. Julia playing Colossal Kang on Jim's boss. Could be worth 73. Second Dragon Smoke. S8 Grizzly loaded to the wall with Zulu and Nuke. All right, that one hurts a little more. Using her Zulu rocket launcher and the Nuke ability to double the grenade damage from the rover. Dragon Smoke. Let's relight it. Is a stronger wall. There's that. And a Nuke ability. She does have range on it. I got 70 green on the board. Take out 70 green. Take out a full green. And take out a blue. Again, you can see this is a stronger wall. But a big hit from Julia. Let's kick it over to Justice is back. Where you at, Justice? 20-second timer. We got Justice and we got Dow. Timer's up. This is for a nerf. Nerf timer is up. This is for a 25-point deduction. Point deduction, this is for a 50% nerf to the attack. Team Box, do we have Justice? All right. Dragon Smoke. Scold to Julia. M7 gavel loaded to the wall with Shatter. Shatter will take that wall down to, it was 70. We'll take it down to 45 red. Dragon Smoke will fizzle. Arc is not occupied any zones. And M7 gavel loaded. Gem hits or wait. It does hit. All right, couple things going to happen here. Justice going to break Julia's seal. He's going to get an absorption for it. But because it didn't deal damage, does not light a watchtower. However, Justice does finish the wall. Gold bar for Justice. Vox toe-to-toe. This game is close. Justice with the gold bar. Let's rebuild it. And the final move of the first half goes to Dow from the Temple. Dow, 20-second timer. Nice shot, Justice. Dow playing Mythic Kang on Jim's Boss. Could be worth 63. E7 Grizzly loaded to the wall with Nuke from Patton. And a max seal over to Julia. Both teams on the strong wall now. Blue block. %75 of a blue block, 25 blue remaining. Slow sailing on this wall for sure. Kang is good. Grenade is good. That is with the nuke. And his rocket launcher as well. Kicked it up 1 rage for the Patton. That is the end of the first half. Captains, give me a round 5 subs. We got 1 hour to go. Deacon, your Nolan goes away at halftime, unfortunately. Julia, that was a nice seal from Dow. However, you lose it in elevation. Sir Tim going to the ozone. Both teams going to light up some sentry guns. Poke for Sheila, busy in the ozone. Welcome to the game, Busy Bee. Crimson losing her rover. Julia losing her rover. Put Crimson back over into the rover zone. At the end of that round, we did have a blessing for Deacon, a blessing for Dow. Strawman, 0-0. DZ, 25-25. Halo for Julia, Halo for Ron. We're going to dim the Dragonstone. Bring the Pope in. Sheila, great job. Shaman heading out. All right, so we got Busy in the game. We got Pope in the game. Let's move Julia over to the rover zone. Jim heading back to the bomber zone. Dow going back to the tank zone. Sneaky Deaky heading back to the tank zone. All right, looks like we got everybody in position. We are in round 5. Remember, there's less than 1 hour to go. So, Ron, it's going to be up to you. We got pre-match buffs for our players. Let's kick it off. 20-second timer, Ron. Scold to Julia, Torment to Jim. Rage St. Elmo to the wall, and let's mute one of those amps. It does hit. All right, Scold's going to hit Julia. When Scold hits, Ron's going to light Watchtower number 2. Ron getting the absorption for it. Take Julia down to 90%. And Elmo loaded to the Watchtower. Get the points from the Elmo and light the Watchtower. The order is Ron, Pope, Crimson, Jim, Deacon, Julia, Justice, Dow, Sir Tim, and Busy. And that is 3, so the next one to light up will be that first one down there with the Watcher on it. All right. Before Pope's turn, we are going to cap Main Street and a 63-point Kang. Bosses are now 2-2. And let's start the timer, 20-second timer. An hour to go. Timer is up for the Pope. Did not beat the timer. Going to play Boss to Main Street. Playing Boss in 5. May or may not cap in 7. Going to play some Dragon Smoke. Max Seal. Does hit. Who is the target for your Max Seal, Pope? No point deduction. If he plays the Max Seal and he would have played somebody else, it would have been a point deduction. But because he is the target of any seal, not a deduction. You are allowed to self-target. Boss to Main Street, Dragon Smoke. But he did play a double Max Seal, so he gets the penalty for that. Gets a warning for a double smoke. He played the Dragon Smoke, so we will activate that one. Double play warning. Next one will be a penalty. All right, Dragon Smoke's good. Max Seal. Trixie to their boss and the wall with an E10. It does hit. They do not have a boss out. So there is no valid target. Trixie fizzles and the wall fizzles and the attack is wasted. So we get a boss to Main Street and we get a Dragon Smoke. All right, let's go over to Crimson. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Gonna move to their tank zone. Mythic Gideon. And she does get the pet score this time. It'd be a -38. Move their tank zone. Mythic Gideon with the pet score. And E3, D9 to Sheila's boss. Sheila's boss has capped. So you have Jim's boss and Pope's boss. All right, side chest. Because the boss is capped, that is a targeting penalty, which is a 4-game penalty, which is -25. But you can only have one of those per game. I don't know what you're challenging, Jim. So to E3, D9. Right. Once we clarify the target, then you can clarify whether or not it hits. So would you like to react to her shot to your boss? All right. Mythic Psycho. Burning the second Psycho. Boss is going to cap next round anyway. But the Mythic Psycho will hit Crimson and will break her seal. So no damage dealt. All right, movement to their tank zone. Mythic getting with pet score. E3, mistargeted, targeted, clarified. Full game penalty. She can't be penalized again for a missed target. And they do play a Mythic Psycho. Mythic Psycho shuts down. Let's go over to Jim. We got 20-second timer to Gemstone. And before we get to Jim, we are going to cap her boss. And the Kangs are going to cap. $209 in Kangs. And Ark has taken a flag lead. Three flags to two. All right, Jim going to play Nader, Pet Repel, Wedding Crasher, no juice to the wall. And cannot play pet score because there is no scoring pet. But it will apply dust to everybody in Ark for this round. I'm sorry, everybody in box this round. All right, Wedding Crasher hits the wall with mass destruction, but no juice. And a Pet Repel. And she was tormented, so she had no choice. Torment will go away. $25% blue. You take down to 25% blue. And 10% of a red block. I got you at 90% red remaining. Let's go over to Deacon. Deacon, 20-second timer. Deacon, going to unholy that smoke. Going to move up to the temple. Summon Rage, S9 Goliath loaded to the wall with some nuke. Jim, hits or wait? Mythic Blue from Pope. Final blue. They're shutting the Deacon down. No blues remaining in the game. And the Mythic will break the Deacon seal. That was going to be another big hit. Julia, you're up. 20-second timer. Julia Justice, Dow, Sir Tim, and Busy. Julia going to move to the temple. Beats the timer. Summon Stonehenge. Moeller will give her E2 bonus. Going to play a seal. Stonehenge, Ron is going to put a little absorption there. Slow you down a little bit. It's not a seal. And put an absorption right there. Slow you down at the end as well. Going to play Hayes on Justice to nerf him another 5%. That's her ability. All right, movement's good. Moeller, all the above. She does get her seal. And we do get the intervene on the grenade to shut it down. All right, speaking of Justice, you do have Dust, and you do have a 5% Haze. It's going to nerf you 30% already, Justice. 20-second timer. Timer's up. Beat the timer. Thank you for that. Going to play Thraxis because he wants that bonus. Give him an E3 bonus in Dragon Storm. Play Wicked Gold Rod. All right, Wicked Rod. Next turn, he would rebuild and freeze. Pet Repel, H9 Rapture loaded. I'm going to sizzle their ozone. What you got, Jim? Double Sonar, it's Mythic style. All right, they're going to nerf the hell out of this one. Because we know he's already got a Dust Smoke nerf, which is 25. And now we're going to nerf it another 40. And they're going to play Insomnia to get rid of some of that juice. All right, so we're going to make it S6 Rapture. After Mass Destruction, we're going to make it S6 Monster. But we're nerfing that 65%. Justice is going to be an S3. Navy grenade. S3 Navy. And you got absorption on that wall too. Holy moly. All right, absorption's going to block 20% of it. We're talking spruce. 60% of a black block, 40% blue remaining. And it's a stronger wall. I'm sorry, 40% black remaining. That might be the most nerfs we've ever seen on one attack that was not a prevention. Let's kick it over to Dow. 20-second timer. Dow going to put Torment on Ron. Justice is no longer. This dust only lasts one round, by the way. Going to go Gold Nolan. All right, Torment to Ron. Summon Gold Nolan. He double smoked it, so we'll get to that in a minute. E6 Goliath to the wall. And the Cluster F ability. Go ahead and delete. That had nothing to do with that. You're fine. All right, the double smoke. Five-point penalty for a double play. -5 for arc. It does escalate up as you go. Mythic Sonar. 20% nerf on that. Will make it equivalent to an F4 Goliath. %90 red. Keep you at 90% red. F4 Goliath, you get one block. Slow sailing here. And he burned his Cluster F ability as well. All right, let's go to Sir Tim. 20-second timer, Sir Tim. Got Sir Tim, and then we got Busy Bee. Timer's up. This is for a 25% nerf. Does beat the nerf, but he missed a regular timer. Going to turn into a tank. He's going to get in the turret. Going to play Woodrow. Woodrow will block that wall and give the bomber a little bit of a boost. That's your bomb shelter right there, Justice. Rage St. Elmo to the wall. Gemstone hits or wait. All right, points for the St. Elmo. It's going to be an Elmo, and he gets the 2 for a rage, so it's going to be an E2 equivalent. But he does get the dust smoke. But they do have mass destruction. So E2 Elmo is going to follow through. 40% black remaining. We're going to give you the rest of that black block. And we'll give you 60% of a green block. I got 40 green remaining. Busy Bee, welcome to the game. 20-second timer, Busy Bee. Jump in the turret, Mask of the Prophet, Mythic Xavier. Torment the Crimson. Busy was ready to rock and roll. S8 Grizzly loaded. Ron says, I'm ready to rock and roll too. I ain't having that noise. Sir Tim shutting it down. All right, with the prevention. That is the end of round number 5, everybody. The end of round number 5. Deacon. With a 5-turn gold orb. Congratulations to the Deacon. 100-point orb. DZ, Pope, with a halo. Ron, with another halo. DZ, 25-25. Crimson Tide with the Siege, 100 points. Crimson Tide with a Bronze Star as well. Her specialty grenades will get a boost the rest of the game because of the Bronze Star. All right, we're going to go to Dragon Storm, everybody. Here is the die roll. It is E2 Rage. Let's get some Dragon Storm going. Father Ron, 30 minutes to go in the game, starting with you. 20-second timer. Oh, he says, splash, splash. I was taking a bath. Ron, releasing the sub. Wave award for Father Ron because he waves goodbye. Get out of that temple, you Euclider. And he beats the timer. All right, let's kick it over to the Pope. 20-second timer, Pope, on a rope. That is the worst. That is the worst catchphrase ever. Remind me to never use that one again. Timer is up. Nerf timer. Beat the Nerf timer, did not beat the regulation timer. Go put Torment on the dinky of sneakiness. Go move into range. With a Rage 1 Goliath to the wall. Summon Mythic Kang to his boss. Could be worth 63 if it caps. Put him in the no zone. Does hit. Rage Goliath with 24 mass destruction on top of it. It's equivalent to a Rage 1 Grizzly, but with mass destruction, let's make it an E3. E3 Grizzly. Take down that 90%. And give me 60% more. I've got 40 red, 1.4 red remaining for Ark's second wall. Let's go over to Crimson, who gets a limited grenade bonus because of the Bronze Star, but she does have Torment and Dust Smoke. 20 seconds. We got Crimson and we got Jim. Beats the timer. Thank you for that. Going to Tiger's Cube their wall and Unicorn to her wall. Let's go add. It's not sealed, but the Tigress is. I'm going to use the absorption because it is double absorption. How about that? That way you guys aren't confused. We'll put that back to back. Unicorn to the wall. Pope is going to freeze the Arc wall in advance of the next turn. So double damage to that wall. Gemstone will be up next, but Crimson's damage will resolve. Remember, it's got the E2 from the Unicorn as well. $40 green. No specialty effect from the Unicorn. We'll take the 40 green and another 50 green. I've got 50 green remaining. Movement's good. Tigress is good. Unicorn is good. Crimson's Dust Smoke is going to fall off. And her Torment is no longer there either. Let's go to Gemstone. 20 seconds, Jim. Gold Orbital. Put that right there on the wall. Gold Orbital could be worth 19. Torment to Justice. H9 Unicorn loaded, Patton and Sizzle. All right, let's see how the Tigress does. It's going to be a 40% nerf equivalent, back-to-back. Actually, the Tigress will not. The Tigress won't be that. It'll be one charge of Tigress, then another. So the first one is going to nerf that, but the wall is frozen. So we're going to deal double damage to it anyway. And I'm going to put that Tigress up here because that will start out the wall. But H9 Unicorn loaded. 1.4. It is taking down the wall. Gold bar for Gemstone. Let's rebuild it. Wall is no longer frozen, but Tigress will carry over to the first block. And the Unicorn will get rid of the black block and also give us a Teardrop. So Tigress will be right there on the second block. All right, let's go from Gemstone over to the Deacon. Deacon, 20-second timer. Easily beats the timer. S9 Goliath loaded with some Amplify. That's the way to amplify your wall. Going to max seal himself. But he is tormented. So no S9. Jim, question, do you want to use the prevention? Because he is tormented, so he cannot use higher than the Dragon Storm Rage, which is E2. All right, they are going to use the prevention to shut it down. So regardless, it doesn't hit. They just didn't want you to hit, Deacon. Let's go to Julia. Julia, 20 seconds. Fear and respect, Deacon. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Julia beats the timer. Going to torment Sir Tim. Murdoch the Ozone. F4 top hat loaded to the wall with Sizzle. All right, so Murdoch's going to light the zone. Then they're going to sizzle the zone. And that is going to move Sniper Tim, Sir Tim, out of the ozone. And a 30% shot, taking him down to 70%. Going to go top hat loaded. And light a watchtower. Julia, back-to-back good grenade usage there. One good one with a unicorn and then a follow-up with a top hat. We do have the Tigress nerf. This wall not quite as strong as the second one. So it's equivalent to an S6. Green block. Green block. Double green blocks. Justice. Starting out. Justice before we get to his turn. Wicked Rod is going to do wicked things. Going to rebuild a block and freeze it. Let's put that green block back. Let's put a frozen block on it. Nicely done with Wicked Rod. Justice, you're up and you are tormented. Justice Dow, Sir Tim, and Busy. Timer's up. All right, got Justice move in. Did not beat the timer. Mythic Orbital. Put that orbital down there on the wall. Potentially will be worth 22. Super Thrill Blue Spark, and it is going to be intervened. A lot of respect for Justice and the Deacon. Julia with the intervene, shutting it down. Does get to shatter, though. $25 green. All right, let's go to Dow. All right, Dow and Gold Nolan. E9 Goliath to the wall. Super thrilling night. It does hit. First thing. Going to break that frozen block. That was a good move by Justice to freeze that block because that wasted a big attack. Then the E9, Super Thrill, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's going to be a big hit, but it would have been a lot bigger if there were two of them. Get the right wall. We got green block, blue block, and 20% of a blue block. Biggest hit of the night because of the strength of the wall. 80% blue remaining. All right, and no, he doesn't take a block from your side. He rebuilds for the enemy. And then he freezes it. So, yes, I did rebuild it and then froze it. Both. He puts one back. All right. Unfortunately, we had an emergency, and we have to skip Sir Tim. So, Busy, we have to go to you. 20-second timer. H9 Goliath Pershing with the Cluster F ability. Ron says it hits. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, set Busy. Oh my gracious. Forget what I said about the strongest hit of the night. Busy just went there. Blue. Teardrop. Red and red for Busy B. 10 minutes to go. That is the end of round number 6. Captains, give me your final 4. Deacon and Crimson with a blessing. Strawman 0-0. Ron 25 DZ. Arc 0. Captain's final four. Trigger Crimson, Deaky, and Ron. Busy did get an ace award. Busy with an ace. Ron Crimson, Sneaky, and Die. Dow, Jim, Julia, and Busy. All right, we're in round 7. We start out round number 7 with Father Ron, 20-second timer to Father Ron. Ron with a gold orbital. Gold orbital could be worth 19. Ron beats the timer. Super Thrill, Blue Spark, H9, Wedding Crasher from Patton with Nuke to the wall. Ron leaving the DZ to get some crazy damage. This is the stronger wall, but it's a big hit. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 with Nuke. Knock him out the box, Ron. He says, I don't care how strong that wall is. Green, blue, blue. 15% blue, 85 blue remaining, Ron. Big shot. You needed it. All right. Busy will start out. Before we get to Busy's turn, Pope's boss will cap. And a 63-point Kang on the boss as well. Bosses will be 4-2. Twenty-second timer for Busy. Busy. Red Curtis, Super Thrill. M7 Goliath loaded to the wall. She's going to leave the DZ. Get some grenade damage. It hits. Get the points from the orbital. Busy Bee with a gold bar. Let's reset it. Let's go to Crimson. 20-second timer, Crimson. Red orbital, super thrill, blue spark, grizzly to the wall. Red orbital could be worth 17. And it hits. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Another big shot. Blue block, red block, and a red block. Nicely done, Crimson. And the final move of the match goes to Gemstone. Gemstone, 20 seconds. Gold Rage, Silver Spark, Super Thrill, Top Hat. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with Nuke. Black, green, and green. Top Hat, light a watchtower. And that is where we leave it. We almost got through a full game by 10:45. Very, very nicely done. Tough break. And we hope that Tim is okay. So we definitely want to put the health of our players before any type of game. So, Tim, hopefully if you get a chance to listen and play back, hopefully you're doing okay, buddy. All right. We stopped the match exactly right there. The difference between a stop match and a go match is we would prorate it the rest of the way. So wherever you're at, we would add that, but this is a stop match, so it ends right here, right now. No additional bonuses or anything of the like. What we will do is count down the blessings, though. I got 6, so all these orbitals going up to Vox. And we're going to take down 2 blocks. Rebuild it. And then take down 4. Over on the other side, we got 5. We're going to take down 5 blocks. All right, give me a couple minutes and I will give you guys the calculations and the totals. So we'll be right back with the final scores. Hold tight. All right, everybody, we are back, and this is an interesting game. Vox got out of the gates really, really fast. Looked like they were going to run away with it, and then Ark pulled a couple moves out of their hats and came back, made it a game, and then we got to the end. It was kind of a wild finish, even for us. So start out with Team Ark. We look at flags. They were able to flip Main Street out of nowhere. We sometimes we underestimate what Ark can do in a burst damage in a real quick period of time. But flipping that flag gave them a flag advantage. And then they gambled and got a late flag with the timer. That was interesting that nobody put out additional bosses, but they gambled and did one. Paid off because they won the flag game 750 to 450, 300-point advantage there. Wall game, they started out with a lot of snowstorms and then burnt a lot of preventions. And it started with some of the high-powered stuff. Ark winning the wall game, 1,100 to 650. So you can see right there, they're already up about 750 points. You get to the Kang game. They won the Kang game, too. They had more bosses out there, 332 to 209, about 800-point lead. Then Vox started to turn it around a little bit. Siege and Occupy, Crimson able to get that big Siege award. So that was nice to add that to the total. We had Watchtower 75 to 50. Get over to DZ 125 to 100. Timers was a little rough for Vox tonight. Minus 100. They had a couple minus 50s. And then minus 45 for Ark. So both teams missed a few timers there. So at that point, Ark up about 400 points. Up about 700 points going into that. 2332 to 1609. Then we got to the PCP points. PCP points. Again, Ark with the walls, 150 gold bars. I mean, it's huge. Then you add the feathers, the cannonballs, the Ace Award, and Julia, 50 points for the PCP DZ. 300 points for Team Ark with PCP. Go to PCP for Team Vox. They got a gold bar, cannonball, wave award. 100 points for the orb for Justice. For Deacon. 100 points for PCP DZ for Ron. And 25 points for Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide racking up tonight. So Vox winning the PCP DZ 325 to 300. And then we take the final category, which is your deductions. We had Gold Watcher. We had a Dark Boss. We had Gold Orbital for Team Ark, but we had a 38 deduction, a 38 deduction, a 38 deduction, and then a minus 5 for a net of minus 50. Go over to Team Vox. Vox had a couple Dark Bosses, Chromica, Mythic Watcher, Gold Orbital. Mythic Orbital, Gold Orbital, and then a Red Orbital, and 5 St. Elmos, giving them plus 168. But they had a minus 50 because of the Wicked Boss, a minus 25 because of Scourge, minus 28, and then a minus 20. Gave them a positive 45 in the extras. So even though they won in the extras and they won in PCP, Ark had a big enough lead in the flags and the walls. Ark tonight, 25-37. Team Vox, 19-34. 25-37, 19-34. So great job, both teams. Good to be back. Great playing, everybody. Again, tough breaks tonight. Tim had to leave. Kat was out tonight as well. But Ark picking up where they left off at the end of the season. But I'm sure Vox is going to have something to say about that very soon. Can Ark stay strong for a big showdown against Sly Wednesday night? Big matchup. Ark playing back-to-back matches. And we're finished before 11 o'clock, everybody. Who loves Stop 1 3-5? Super fast, different strategy, and you guys can go get some rest. And way to play hard tonight, everybody. We'll see you. Have a good night. We're off tomorrow night. Get some rest, relax. We will be working on the portal, so you don't have to. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you. Thanks again. Peace.